and I know whoever decides to listen to this probably has no idea who or what that is. Um, but
Okay.
Lars Attacks is, or MC Lars is a rapper. He's a nerdcore rapper. Essentially, he raps about like literacy, like books, like plays. But this particular album, he takes a step away from that, and it's a very introspective album. He talks about his religion. He talks about um, his drug experimentation, and coincides it with his love for writing and all things literary. He just gets very deep on this album, and a funny thing is his core fan base kind of rejected this album when it came out. So he hasn't made anything like this since, but it was something he really wanted to do. And I heard it and I immediately latched onto it because it was so different from what he usually makes. And it's really sad that he'll probably never make an album like this again, which is probably what puts it so high for me because it is from him.
hmm
Yeah, I remember. Didn't you send me one of the songs from that album? I believe it was from that album.
I did, I
Yeah, he
did.
sent it in the chat. I
Yeah,
remember.
I really, really liked that. Wasn't it like quite rock infused? I believe I vaguely remember.
Yeah, it's a song called "Art of Darkness" with a
That's it.
rapper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that blew
yeah,
me away. I really like that. Um,
yeah.
'Cause I really like rap rock songs. And yeah, and like the way he pulled that off combined with like the introspective lyrics and whatnot. Yeah, it really did make me interested in checking out more. It's definitely someone who's been on my to listen to list since that.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I'm not going to because it's no fun when someone floods the chat with something. But I could send you more and more songs from that album alone, and I guarantee you'll have similar reactions to different songs. It's just such a good, well put together album with really good writing, and like I said, introspective, which is something that the nerdcore audience doesn't really click with, which is why he doesn't really do that kind of music anymore, which is so sad.
Yeah,
It's very disappointing, but
yeah,
at
because
least he
that's
made
what my
it.
impression.
Yeah,
When I
at
first
least
heard that, I was like, oh, I would love to hear loads more of this. And obviously, there's the album, but then yeah, it's a shame he didn't continue with that. I think it was I found it a really interesting and unique sound.
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. I went to this concert he put on when this album was released, and he opened up his set with the song called Lars Attacks, and it's all about like aliens landing in Roswell, New Mexico, and
Yes, I
um,
love stuff like that.
yeah, and he just makes it super fun. And he's like, I came to chew gum and I came to kick raps, but I'm all out of gum, so now Lars attacks. It's just so fun.
Amazing.
That sounds like a fun album.
It
Yeah, I
totally
like when they
is.
don't take it too seriously. Like I don't like when artists don't take themselves too seriously like that. In like lyrics wise, that's just great.
Yeah, I mean, just like Radiohead, you pointed out how the production was really well. MC Lars records with a live band, so
Oh, that's cool.
his instrumentation is really as well as I don't know. I've never heard the Radiohead album, but I assume it's like not equal quality because MC Lars is an indie artist, so it's going to be lesser just because. But it is really well put together.
Right.
Yes. I
Yeah.
remember as well. Love Story, I think, did the same thing with live instrumentation. And even
Yeah,
if you're not like, even if you don't know that it was done like that, like it really just makes everything hit harder, even on a subconscious level. So even if you don't realize it, like you realize it on a subconscious level, everything just feels so much richer and deeper.
yeah,
Live instrumentation.
Yeah.
yeah.
Totally.
One more thing I want to say about Lars Attacks. I saw MC Lars this year in February before coronavirus hit,
Wow.
and I
Oh
need
yeah, you sent the photo.
yeah, I needed a new
Yeah.
Lars Attacks album because I've had mine since 2011 when it came out, and it's a white album, and the one I had was all like, you know, old and like almost yellow, how it gets old,
Yeah.
you know? So I went up to him and I was like, hey, he remembered me. And we started talking, and I was like, by the way, I need a new Lars Attacks album. And he looked at me and said, really? Because it just like, it hit me because like no one asks for that album. And he gave it to me. He didn't make me buy it. He just gave it to me. He's like, dude, I love that you asked for that here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, MC Lars, if you're listening to this podcast by chance, make another album like that. You know, just stay true to who you are, and I think that's what makes artists special.